All right, buckle up, because this is gonna be one hell of a ride. Picture this, a fancy-ass beach resort, a pissed-off millionaire, and a curvy influencer who's about to turn his world upside down. Oh, and a room mix-up that's straight out of a rom-com gone wrong. Welcome to the Azure Dunes, where Damien Blake's about to learn that love doesn't give a shit about your plans. Damien Blake was done. Done with airports, done with screaming kids on his flight, and definitely done with weddings. The guy was a tech millionaire, 32 years old, with a jawline that could cut glass and a reputation as San Francisco's most eligible playboy. But right now, as he dragged his sleek black suitcase through the palm-lined entrance of the Azure Dunes resort in California, he looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. Weddings were his personal hell. All that fake smiling, shitty small talk, and overpriced champagne reminded him of his childhood back when his mom worked 16-hour shifts as a banquet server, scraping by to keep food on the table. Damien had clawed his way out of that life, built a tech empire, and swore he'd never look back. But when your best friend since college, Jake Turner, begs you to be his best man, you suck it up, even if it means dealing with a weekend of floral arrangements and drunk aunts. The Azure Dunes was everything you'd expect from a 5-star beach resort. White sand sparkling under the sun, turquoise waves crashing softly, and the kind of salty breeze that made you want a piña colada. Not that Damien gave a damn. He wasn't here to sip cocktails or chase sunsets. He was here for Jake, period. Get in, do the best man thing, get out. No drama, no distractions. He strode into the marble-floored lobby, his gray Armani suit crisp despite the long flight. The check-in desk was manned by a nervous-looking girl named Lila, who fumbled her pen when she saw him. Mr. Blake, welcome to Azure Dunes, she stammered, typing furiously. We have your reservation, but, there's a tiny issue with the room. Damien's eyebrow shot up. Define tiny. Lila swallowed. Well, due to last-minute bookings, we had to combine some guests. You're sharing a suite with another member of the wedding party, Miss Ariel Munro. Damien blinked. Ariel Munro. The name rang a bell. Jake's fiancée, Emily, had mentioned her some loud, curvy influencer who was always laughing at the engagement party. Great. Just what he needed. A human tornado with an Instagram obsession. You're kidding me, he said, voice flat. No other rooms? I'm so sorry, sir, we're fully booked. Lila slid him a keycard, avoiding eye contact. It's a spacious suite, I promise. Damien snatched the card, muttering a half-hearted thanks as he headed for the elevator. Sharing a room with some social media diva was not on his bingo card. He'd just keep his head down, avoid her, and survive this circus. How hard could it be? The elevator dinged at the top floor, and he stepped into a sleek hallway with ocean views. Room 604. He swiped the keycard. The door clicked open, and, what the actual fuck? Damien froze in the doorway, his suitcase slipping from his hand. There, in the middle of the suite, was Ariel Munro, and holy shit, she was a sight. The woman was half naked, wearing nothing but a lacy black bra and matching panties that hugged her full, curvy figure like a second skin. Her dark skin gleamed under the soft glow of the chandelier, her thick curls piled high in a messy bun. She was swaying her hips to some Beyoncé track blasting through her earbuds, oblivious to the world, one hand holding a red dress she was about to slip into. Her body, Jesus Christ, those curves could stop traffic. Full hips, a round ass that wouldn't quit, and a confidence that hit him like a freight train. Then it all went to hell. Ariel's eyes flicked up, meeting his. She yelped, yanking out her earbuds, and in her panic, her hand slipped. The dress fell to the floor with a soft thud, leaving her standing there damn near naked in front of a complete stranger. Her mouth dropped open, eyes wide as saucers. Oh shit, get out, you perv, she screamed, grabbing a pillow from the bed and hurling it at him. Damien's brain short-circuited. He spun around, trying to look anywhere but at her, and promptly tripped over his own suitcase. He crashed into the minibar, knocking over a bottle of red wine that shattered on the marble floor. "Fuck!" he yelled, scrambling to his feet as wine splattered his suit. "I didn't know you were. Why the hell are you naked?" "I'm not naked, you idiot." Ariel snapped, clutching another pillow to cover herself, her face a mix of mortification and fury. "I was changing. Don't you knock." "It's my room," Damien shot back, wiping wine off his sleeve. "And you're the one putting on a goddamn strip show." "Strip show?" Ariel's voice hit a new octave. "You're the one barging in like some Wall Street creep. You saw my ass, you owe me a drink." She grabbed a silk robe from her open suitcase. Clothes were spilling out like a yard salie and yanked it on, still glaring. Damien's face was burning. He'd seen plenty of women in less, but something about Ariel's unapologetic fire, even in this train wreck of a moment, was doing things to him. Bad things. "I didn't sign up for this shit," he muttered, running a hand through his dark hair. "Can you just put some clothes on and turn that music off?" Ariel snorted, tying the robe with a dramatic flourish. "Oh, I'm sorry, Your Highness. Didn't know my Beyoncé was ruining your vibe." She grabbed her phone, killed the music, and crossed her arms, her curves still distractingly obvious under the thin robe. "So, you're the famous Damien Blake, huh? Jake's rich-ass best man? And you're Ariel Munro," he said, voice dry. "Instagram tornado." She grinned, despite herself. "Damn right. Better get used to it, roomie." Her eyes flicked to the king-size bed in the center of the suite, draped in white linens. "Oh, hell no. One bed? You're sleeping on the couch, Wall Street." Damien glanced at the tiny leather sofa in the corner. "Like hell I am. You snore, you take it." "Snore?" Ariel laughed, loud and unfiltered. "Boy, I'm a fucking symphony at night. Good luck." She flopped onto the bed, robe slipping slightly, and Damien had to look away before his brain betrayed him again. This was going to be a long weekend. The suite was gorgeous, no question. Floor-to-ceiling windows with a view of the Pacific, a private balcony where the sea breeze carried the scent of salt and coconut, and a bathroom bigger than most apartments. But all Damien could focus on was the chaos Ariel had already unleashed. Her suitcase was a war-zone, dresses, heels, and what looked like a dozen perfume bottles scattered across the floor. His own bag, neatly zipped, sat like a soldier in the corner. "You always live like a hurricane hit?" he asked, kicking a stray sandal out of his path. Ariel shrugged, lounging on the bed, scrolling her phone. "It's called vibes, not mess. You should try it sometime. Loosen up that stick in your ass." Damien's jaw tightened. "I like order. You should try that. Orders for boring people." She shot back, smirking. "And you, my friend, are giving major boring vibes." He opened his mouth to argue, but his phone buzzed. A text from Jake. "Yo, get your ass to the welcome party. Open bar, don't be a dick." Damien sighed. "I gotta go play best man. Try not to burn the place down while I'm gone." Ariel saluted mockingly. Aye, Captain Asshole." The welcome party was in full swing by the time Damien arrived. The resort's beachfront patio was lit up with string lights, tiki torches flickering, and a live band playing some upbeat reggae cover. Guests mingled with cocktails, the air thick with laughter and the clink of glasses. Jake, already half drunk, spotted Damien and pulled him into a bear hug. "There's my guy, ready to get lit." "I'm ready to survive," Damien said, scanning the crowd. Emily, the bride, was twirling in a white sundress, giggling with a group of bridesmaids. Leo, another groomsman with a shit-eating grin, was trying to balance a beer bottle on his forehead. And then there was Vanessa, Emily's cousin, a blogger with a vulture's smile, snapping photos like she was paparazzi. "Yo, you met Ariel yet?" Jake asked, slinging an arm around Damien. "She's Emily's bestie. Total firecracker." "Oh, I met her," Damien said, voice dry. "She's something." Jake laughed. "Dude, she's gonna eat you alive. Have fun sharing that room." Before Damien could respond, A cheer went up from the dance floor. Ariel had arrived, and holy shit, she was a knockout. Her red dress hugged every curve, the fabric shimmering under the lights. Her curls bounced as she laughed, already dragging Emily into a twirl. Damien's throat went dry. The woman was a walking heart attack, and he hated how much he noticed. He grabbed a whiskey from the bar, hoping to drown out the chaos in his head, when Ariel spotted him. "Well, look who showed up," she called, sauntering over. "Thought you'd be hiding in your Batcave, Wall Street. Thought you'd be posting selfies by now." He shot back, sipping his drink. She grinned, unfazed. "Oh, I will. But first, you owe me that drink for the, show earlier." His face heated. "Not my fault you don't lock doors." "No, not my fault you don't knock," she countered, leaning closer. Her perfume vanilla and something spicy hit him like a punch. "Come on, dance with me. Loosen up." "I don't dance," he said, voice firm. "Liar." Ariel grabbed his hand, tugging him toward the dance floor. "One song, or I'll tell everyone you screamed like a kid when you saw me naked." "I didn't scream," he growled, but he let her pull him along, mostly because her laugh was infectious, and he was too damn tired to fight. The band switched to a fast Latin beat, and Ariel moved like she was born for it, hips swaying, arms loose. Damien tried to keep up, but he was stiff as a board. "You're embarrassing yourself," she teased, spinning close. "Relax, rich boy." "Relax," he muttered. "You're a fucking hazard." She laughed, loud and bright, and in her enthusiasm, her heel caught on the edge of the dance floor. She stumbled, grabbing Damien for balance, and they both went downright into a table stacked with desserts. A tray of cupcakes toppled, splattering Damien's suit with pink frosting. The crowd erupted in laughter, Leo howling loudest. "Oh shit, you look like a pissed-off pastry." Ariel cackled, sprawled beside him, her dress now streaked with cream. Damien wiped frosting from his face, glaring at her. "You're a goddamn menace." "Well, and you love it, cupcake," she said, winking as she licked icing off her finger. The move was so casually sexy, Damien's brain blanked for a second. He was pissed, humiliated, and him turned on. As the band played on and the crowd cheered, Damien pulled himself up, offering Ariel a hand. She took it, her fingers warm, and for a split second, their eyes locked. Something electric passed between them, like a spark in a storm. Then Leo threw a napkin at them, yelling, "Get a room!" And the moment broke. Damien stood at the bar later, nursing another whiskey, his suit a lost cause. Ariel was back on the dance floor, laughing with Emily, like nothing had happened. This chick was going to be the death of him. He was sure of it. But as he watched her move, her smile lighting up the night, he couldn't shake the feeling that this wedding, this chaotic, infuriating weekend was about to change everything. Yo, if you're cracking up at this hot mess, smash that subscribe button and comment your most embarrassing moment. Did you ever get caught in a situation like Damien and Ariel? Spill the tea, and let's see how wild this wedding gets. Damien Blake woke up with a headache that could kill a horse. The king-size bed in their shared suite was stupidly comfortable, but sleep, yeah, that was a pipe dream. Ariel Munro's presence was like a neon sign flashing in his brain all night. Her damn vanilla perfume lingered on the pillows. Her clothes were still strewn across the floor like a thrift store explosion. And fuck him, he couldn't stop replaying that moment he'd seen her half naked. Those curves, that confidence, that fire. It was a lot. Too much. He groaned, rubbing his temples as he sat up, the morning sun slicing through the suite's floor-to-ceiling windows. The Pacific Ocean sparkled outside, all calm and shit, which was the exact opposite of his current vibe. Ariel was already up, because of course she was. She was perched on the balcony, sipping coffee from a mug that said "Beach Please," wearing a loose tank top and shorts that showed off her thick thighs. Her curls bounced as she scrolled her phone, humming some R&B tune. Damien caught himself staring and immediately looked away. Get it together, man. This woman was a walking disaster, not his type. He liked sleek, quiet, predictable. Ariel was none of those things. "Morning, cupcake," she called without looking up, her voice dripping with mischief. "Sleep well, or were you dreaming of my epic dance moves?" Damien snorted, swinging his legs out of bed. "More like nightmares of your suitcase apocalypse. You ever heard of a closet?" She turned, grinning, her dark eyes sparkling. "Closets are for boring people. You should try living a little, Wall Street." "I live plenty," he muttered, grabbing a clean shirt from his bag. "Just not like a tornado hit my life." "Whatever, Grumpy." Ariel stood, stretching her arms, and Damien had to force himself not to notice how her tank top rode up, showing a sliver of her soft brown skin. Big day today. Beach games, booze, and probably some bad decisions. "You in?" "I'm here for Jake, not to play frat boy," he said, heading for the bathroom. "Try not to break anything while I'm gone." "No promises," she sang, and he could hear her laugh through the door as he shut it. Fucking hell. This woman was gonna drive him insane. By noon, the Azure Dunes was buzzing with wedding energy. The beach was packed with guests lounging on cabanas, sipping mimosas, and pretending they weren't hungover. Jake had planned a full day of team-building bullshit volleyball, scavenger hunts, and some drinking game that sounded like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Damien would have bailed, but Jake cornered him at breakfast, all puppy dog eyes and, "Come on, man, you're my best man." So here he was, standing on the sand in a polo and shorts, squinting against the sun, while Leo, the groomsman with a permanent smirk, tried to organize everyone. "All right, people, listen up," Leo shouted, holding a megaphone he'd definitely stolen from somewhere. "We're kicking this off with a little truth or dare at the beach bar tonight. But first, let's see who can suck less at volleyball. Team Hot Mess versus Team No Hope." Damien rolled his eyes. "I'm not playing." "How? Oh, you're playing, rich boy," Ariel said, appearing beside him like a damn ninja. She was in a yellow sundress that hugged her curves, her curls tied back with a scarf. "Unless you're scared, you'll get your ass kicked." He glared at her. "I don't do sand in my shoes." "Scaredy cat," she teased, poking his chest. "Bet you can't even hit the ball." Something in her tone half challenge, half flirt lit a spark in him. "Fine," he said, jaw tight. "But when you eat sand, don't cry to me. Nunder." Her laugh was loud, unfiltered, and way too contagious. "Bring it, cupcake." The volleyball game was a shit show, naturally. Jake was too drunk to serve. Emily kept tripping over her own feet, and Leo spent more time flirting with the bartender than playing. Ariel, though, she was a beast, diving for the ball like it was her job, her dress riding up just enough to make Damien's brain short-circuit. At one point, she spiked the ball right into Leo's face, sending him sprawling. The crowd roared, and Ariel threw her hands up, grinning. "That's how we do it, baby." Leo sat up, rubbing his nose. "Damn, girl, you trying to kill me?" "Collateral damage," she said, winking. Then she turned to Damien, who'd actually managed a decent serve. "Not bad, Wall Street. You got some fire in you." He smirked despite himself. "Told you I don't suck." Their eyes locked, and for a second, the beach noise faded. Her smile was all heat and challenge, and Damien felt something dangerous stir in his chest. Then Leo threw a handful of sand at them, yelling, "Get a room, you two," and the moment shattered. That night, the beach bar was the place to be. Neon lights glowed against the night sky, palm trees swaying in the breeze, and the open bar was pumping out cocktails faster than anyone could drink them. The band played a mix of pop and reggae, and the dance floor was packed with guests, from Emily's giggling bridesmaids to Jake's frat bro cousins. Damien leaned against the bar, nursing a whiskey, trying to stay under the radar. He'd already dodged Vanessa, Emily's blogger cousin, who was circling like a shark with her phone out, snapping pics for her exclusive wedding scoop. That chick was trouble, and Damien wanted no part of it. Jake, 3 beers deep, slung an arm around him. Yo, you having fun yet, or you still being a grumpy bastard? Fun's not the word I'd use, Damien said, sipping his drink. This place is a circus. Lighten up, man. You're at a beach wedding, not a board meeting. Jake's eyes lit up as he spotted Ariel across the bar, laughing with Emily. Speaking of circuses, how's it going with your roomie? She's a lot, huh? Damien's jaw tightened. She's a fucking hurricane. Jake laughed. Yeah, but a hot one. You two got sparks, I'm telling you. Back in college, you'd have been all over a girl like that. That was a long time ago, Damien said, voice low. Back then, he was a cocky kid, charming his way through bars to forget his shitty childhood. Now, he had too much to lose: his company, his reputation, his control. Before Jake could push further, Leo climbed onto a table, megaphone in hand. All right, party people, it's time for truth or dare. Who's got the balls to go first? The crowd cheered, and Damien groaned. This was exactly the kind of dumbass game he avoided. But Ariel, because of course, bounced over, her sundress swapped for a tight green top and denim shorts that made his mouth dry. Oh, this is gonna be good, she said, plopping down next to him. You playing cupcake? Hell no, he said. But her grin was already pulling him in. Too bad. Leo pointed at Damien. First victim, Mr. Moneybags. Truth or dare? Damien sighed. Truth. Let's get this over with. Leo grinned like a hyena. All right, when's the last time you got laid, and was it any good? The crowd hooted, and Damien's face went stone cold. Pass. No passing, Ariel chimed in, nudging him. Come on, spill. We're all adults here. He shot her a look. Fine. A month ago. And it was. Fine. Total lie. It was a forgettable hookup with some model who bored him to death, but he wasn't about to admit that. Boo, lame answer, Leo said, then turned to Ariel. Your turn, queen. Truth or dare? Dare, she said without hesitation, her eyes gleaming. Leo rubbed his hands together. I dare you to drag Damien up here and sing a duet. Something cheesy as hell. Ariel laughed, grabbing Damien's arm. Oh, you're fucked now, Wall Street. Let's do this. I don't sing, he protested, but she was already pulling him toward the karaoke setup. The crowd parted, cheering, and Damien felt like he was walking to his execution. Ariel shoved a mic in his hand, picking Baby One More Time by Britney Spears, because of course she did. The opening beats blared, and she started belting it out, her voice surprisingly good, her hips swaying as she danced circles around him. Come on, sing, she teased, bumping his shoulder. Don't leave me hanging. Damien grumbled but gave in, his deep voice butchering the lyrics so bad the crowd was in stitches. Oh, baby, baby, he mumbled, sounding like a dying cat. Ariel doubled over laughing, then jumped in, harmonizing with him, her body brushing against his as she played up the performance. She was all energy, all fire, and Damien couldn't help but get caught up in it. For a second, he forgot the crowd, forgot his control, forgot everything but her. When the song ended, the bar erupted in applause. Ariel threw her arms up, grinning. We slayed that shit, she said, high-fiving him. Her hand lingered in his, and Damien's pulse kicked up close. Her lips were glossy, her eyes locked on his, and Faki wanted to kiss her right there. Yo, you two need a room, Leo yelled, breaking the spell. Oh wait, you already got one. Motor. Ariel laughed, stepping back, but the heat between them didn't fade. Damien cleared his throat, handing back the mic. Never again, he muttered, but his smirk betrayed him. Later, the party moved to the dance floor, the band switching to a slow, sultry beat. Damien was back at the bar, trying to cool off, when Ariel appeared, her cheeks flushed from dancing. You survived karaoke, she said, leaning against the counter. I'm impressed. Don't get used to it, he said, but his eyes kept drifting to her lips. Bad idea, Blake. Very bad idea. Come on, one dance, she said, tugging his sleeve. You owe me for saving your ass up there. 9. He sighed, but let her pull him to the floor. The music wrapped around them, all soft guitar and husky vocals. Ariel's hands slid up his arms, resting on his shoulders, and his hands found her waist, her curves warm under his palms. They moved slowly, her body swaying against his, and Damien's brain was screaming at him to step back, to stop this, but his body wasn't listening. "You're not half bad at this," she murmured, her breath tickling his ear. "You're trouble," he said, voice low, his fingers tightening on her waist. She smiled, slow and dangerous. "And you're hooked." Their faces were inches apart, her lips so close he could taste the tequila on her breath. His heart pounded, and he leaned in, drawn to her like a moth to a flame. But before their lips could meet, Vanessa swooped in, phone out, snapping a photo. "Smile, lovebirds," she chirped, her voice dripping with fake sweetness. Ariel pulled back, rolling her eyes. "Buzz off, Vanessa." But Damien's stomach twisted. That photo was trouble. He could feel it. Vanessa smirked, slipping away, and Ariel turned back to him, her smile softer now. "Where were we?" He shook his head, stepping back. "Nowhere. I need air." Out on the balcony, the night was cool, the ocean whispering below. Damien gripped the railing, trying to shake off the heat Ariel had left in his veins. She was a problema, sexy, chaotic, infuriating problem, and he was in deeper than he wanted to admit. Ariel appeared beside him, her arms crossed. "Still recovering from my duet, huh?" she teased, but her voice was gentler now. "From you, period," he said, meeting her eyes. There it was again, that spark, that pull, and for the first time in years, Damien didn't want to run from it. Damien Blake was not okay. He'd barely slept, again, thanks to Ariel Munro's goddamn perfume lingering in the suite like a taunt. That almost kiss on the dance floor last night. It was burned into his brain, replaying on a loop, her lips, inches from his, her body pressed close, all curves and heat, the way her eyes dared him to cross that line. He'd walked away barely, but now, standing in the shower, cold water blasting his skin, he was questioning every life choice that led him to this moment. Ariel was a problem. A sexy, loud, infuriating problem. And Damien Blake didn't do problems. He solved them, controlled them. So why the hell was he losing his grip? He stepped out of the bathroom, towel around his waist, and froze. Ariel was back from her morning coffee run, sprawled on the bed in a crop top and leggings that hugged her thick thighs like they were painted on. She was scrolling her phone, one leg swinging, completely oblivious to the chaos she was causing in his head. "Morning, Wall Street," she said, not looking up. "You look like you got hit by a truck." "Thanks," he muttered, grabbing a shirt from his bag. "You look awake." She grinned, finally glancing at him. "Aw, you noticed." "Careful. That's almost a compliment." Her eyes flicked to his bare chest, lingering just long enough to make his pulse jump. "You hitting the gym later, or is that all for show?" He pulled the shirt on, ignoring the heat creeping up his neck. "Don't you have somewhere to be? Like causing a riot?" "Rude," she said, but her laugh was bright, filling the room. "I'm chilling till the bridesmaid brunch. You should come. Emily's got mimosas and gossip." "Hard pass," he said, zipping his bag. "I've got a call with my team. Some of us have actual work." "Blah, blah, billionaire bullshit," she teased, tossing a pillow at him. "Live a little, cupcake. Life's not all spreadsheets." He caught the pillow, tossing it back. "And it's not all Instagram either." She stuck out her tongue, and for a second, he almost smiled. Almost. Then his phone buzzed on the nightstand, and he grabbed it, expecting a work email. Instead, it was a notification from some gossip blog, tagged by Jake. The headline hit him like a punch. Damien Blake's steamy fling with curvy influencer Ariel Munro. Below it, a blurry photo from last night, him and Ariel on the dance floor, her hands on his shoulders, his on her waist, looking like they were about to rip each other's clothes off. Vanessa's name was plastered on the byline. "What the fuck?" Damien's voice was low, dangerous. He clicked the link, scanning the article. It was trash pure clickbait calling him a Playboy tech mogul, and Ariel a body-positive bombshell who'd caught his eye. It hinted at a scandalous weekend romance, and even dug up old rumors about his wild college days. His stomach churned. This was exactly the kind of shit he'd worked years to bury. His past growing up dirt poor, hustling to survive was a secret he guarded like a vault. If Vanessa started poking around, it could unravel everything. Ariel noticed his face, sitting up. "Yo, what's wrong? You look like someone stole your yacht." He turned the phone toward her, jaw tight. "Your buddy Vanessa posted this. You see this shit?" Ariel's eyes widened as she read the headline. "Oh, hell no. Steamy fling. This bitch is reaching." She scrolled, her lips pursing. "Okay, the photo's kinda hot, but seriously? She's making it sound like we're banging in the broom closet." "This isn't a joke," Damien snapped, his voice sharper than he meant. "This could fuck up my reputation, my company, everything." Ariel blinked, her smile fading. "Whoa, chill. It's just a dumb blog. Nobody takes this crap seriously." "People do," he said, pacing now. "Investors, clients, they see this, they start digging," and he stopped, catching himself. He wasn't about to spill his whole life story to her. "You and your fucking Instagram circus dragged me into this." Her face hardened. "Excuse me, my circus? You're the one who was all up on me last night, Mr. Hansy. Don't put this on me. You're the one posting every damn second of your life," he shot back. "You think Vanessa would have noticed us if you weren't flaunting your ass for 1 million followers?" Ariel stood, hands on her hips, eyes blazing. "Oh, so I'm the problem? Because I'm visible? You think I asked for this? I'm just living my truth, asshole. Maybe you should try it instead of hiding behind your fancy suits and fake-ass charm." The words hit hard, slicing through him. She wasn't wrong, and that pissed him off even more. "You don't know shit about me," he said, voice low. "And you don't know shit about me," she fired back, her voice cracking. "You think I'm just some loud, curvy chick chasing clout? I've been through hell to love myself, and I'm not gonna let some rich prick make me feel small." Her eyes were wet now, but she held her ground, fierce as ever. Damien's chest tightened. He'd fucked up big time, but his pride wouldn't let him back down. "Just stay out of my way," he muttered, grabbing his phone and storming out. The rest of the morning was a blur. Damien buried himself in work calls, trying to drown out the fight. His team was freaking out about the blog, demanding a PR response, and he had to play the calm CEO while his head was a mess. Ariel's words kept echoing. "Maybe you should try living your truth." She didn't know about his past, the shitty apartments, the nights he went hungry, the way he'd clawed his way to the top. He'd built a life where no one could touch him. But one photo, one article, and it felt like it could all come crashing down. He was grabbing a coffee at the resort's cafe when Jake found him, looking hungover but concerned. "Dude, what's up with you and Ariel? Emily said she's been quiet all morning and that's not her vibe." Damien shrugged, staring at his cup. "We had a fight. Vanessa's blog fucked everything up." Jake raised an eyebrow. "That gossip rag? Man, nobody cares. Why you so worked up?" "It's not just the blog," Damien admitted, voice low. "It's everything. My past. If people start digging, they'll find shit I don't want out there." Jake leaned back, studying him. "You mean the broke-ass kid from Oakland? The one who taught himself to code and built a tech empire? That's not a scandal, man. That's a flex." Damien's jaw clenched. "Not when you're trying to close deals with old money assholes who think you're trash." "And," Jake sighed, clapping a hand on his shoulder. "Look, I get it. But Ariel's not the enemy here. She's good people. Got her own scars, you know? Her ex was a piece of shit, told her she was too much, too loud, too curvy, too everything. She's tough, but that stuff sticks." Damien's stomach twisted. He'd seen the hurt in her eyes, the way her voice broke, and he'd just thrown more at her. "Fuck," he muttered. dragging a hand through his hair. "I screwed up." "Yup," Jake said, grinning. "Fix it, dumbass, before she yeets you into the ocean." Ariel, meanwhile, was pissed. She'd spent the bridesmaid brunch forcing smiles, dodging Emily's worried glances, and trying not to think about Damien's stupid, gorgeous face. How dare he blame her for Vanessa's bullshit? She wasn't some fame-hungry wannabe. She'd built her platform from nothing, using her voice to lift up women who felt invisible, like she once did. Every post, every video, was a middle finger to the ex who'd crushed her heart. And now Damien, with his perfect suits and icy eyes, had the nerve to make her feel like she was the problem. She was back in the suite, pacing, when her phone pinged. Another notification from Vanessa's blog, this time with comments flooding in. Some were sweet, hyping her up. "Ariel's a queen, get it, girl." But others were vile trolls calling her desperate or worse, slinging racist garbage about her, stealing a rich white guy. Her chest tightened, old wounds ripping open. She'd dealt with hate before, but today, after Damien's words, it hit different. "Fuck this," she muttered, grabbing her bikini from the suitcase. If the world wanted to talk shit, she'd give them something to talk about. She changed, threw on a cover-up, and headed for the pool, posting an Instagram story on the way. Her in the bikini, curves on full display, captioned, "Living my best life. No assholes allowed." She hit post, head high, but her heart was heavy. Back at the cafe, Damien's phone buzzed with the story. He opened it, and his breath caught. Ariel looked like a goddamn goddess, all confidence and fire, but the caption felt like a knife. "No assholes." Yeah, that was aimed at him. He stared at the screen, something hot and sharp twisting in his gut. Jealousy, regret, whatever it was, it burned. He'd pushed her away, and now she was out there shining without him. And fuck, he wanted to be part of that light. The afternoon dragged on with more wedding prep rehearsal walkthroughs, Emily stressing about flower arrangements, and Leo trying to sneak tequila into the water cooler. Damien kept his distance, but he couldn't stop scanning for Ariel. She was at the pool with the bridesmaids, laughing like nothing was wrong, but he caught her stealing glances his way. Each one felt like a punch. At dinner, Jake cornered him again. "You talked to her yet?" "No," Damien said, poking at his steak. "She hates me." "No, she doesn't hate you," Jake said, rolling his eyes. "She's hurt. Big difference. Go apologize before you fuck this up for good." Damien knew he was right, but pride was a bitch. He downed his drink, steeling himself. Fine. He'd find her, say sorry, and get this over with. But when he checked the suite later, Ariel wasn't there. Her bikini was draped over a chair, still damp, and her suitcase was half-packed, like she was ready to bolt. His heart sank. Had he pushed her that far? He stepped onto the balcony, the night air cool against his skin. The ocean stretched out, dark and endless, whispering secrets he wasn't ready to hear. Ariel's words echoed again. "You don't know shit about me." He didn't, but he wanted to, and that scared the hell out of him. Ariel stood on the beach, barefoot, the waves lapping at her toes. The moon was high, casting silver light across the sand. She'd slipped away from the group, needing space to breathe. Damien's words had cut deep, dragging up every insecurity she'd fought to bury. She was proud of who she was, her body, her voice, her strength, but moments like this made her feel small again. She hugged herself, the breeze chilly, and let a few tears fall. "Get it together, girl," she whispered. "He's not worth it." But he was. That was the problem. Under all his asshole vibes, she'd seen something real, something raw and broken, like her. And now she was done. She'd leave after the wedding, go back to Atlanta, and forget this whole mess. Behind her, footsteps crunched in the sand. She turned, expecting Emily, but it was Damien. His shirt was unbuttoned at the collar, his hair messy, and his eyes fuck. Those eyes looked like they carried the weight of the world. "Ariel," he started, voice rough, "we need to talk." She crossed her arms, chin up. "Nothing to say, Wall Street. You made your point." "I was an asshole," he said, stepping closer. "I shouldn't have blamed you. I panicked. That blog could ruin me." "And you think I don't get that?" she snapped, voice shaking. "You think I don't know what it's like to have people tear you apart? I've been dealing with that shit my whole life, but I don't hide, Damien. I fight." Then he flinched, like her words were a slap. "I'm not hiding," he said, but it sounded weak, even to him. "Bullshit," she said, eyes wet. "You're so scared of being seen you push everyone away. Well, guess what? I'm done. Find another roomie to yell at." She turned, heading for the path back to the resort, her heart pounding. "Ariel, wait," he called, but she didn't stop. He stood there, alone on the beach, the waves mocking him. He'd fucked up, and now she was slipping away. The worst part? He didn't just want her to stay. He needed her to. Caught naked and falling hard. A wild wedding love story. Part 5. Yo, shit's hitting the fan now, and we're not talking cupcakes anymore. Last time, Damien and Ariel got hot and heavy with that pool kiss, turning the Azure Dunes into their own personal rom-com. Our boy finally apologized, and it looked like they were on the road to something real. But you know how weddings go, drama's always lurking. Vanessa's still out there with her sneaky-ass phone, and one wrong move could blow this whole thing to hell. Buckle up, 'cause this one's gonna hurt. Damien Blake woke up feeling good, weirdly good. For the first time since this damn wedding started, he didn't have a headache or a pit in his stomach. The suite was quiet, the morning sun casting golden streaks across the Pacific outside. Ariel's side of the bed was empty. She'd crashed with Emily last night for some last-minute bride stuff. But her vanilla perfume lingered, and her chaotic suitcase was still a mess in the corner. He caught himself smiling at it. Fucking hell. He was in deep. Last night's kiss in the pool was on repeat in his head. Ariel's lips, soft and fierce, her body pressed against his, water dripping down her curves. It wasn't just heat, it was something that scared the shit out of him but made him want to dive in anyway. He'd apologized, promised to do better, and she'd given him a shot. One shot. He wasn't gonna blow it. He grabbed his phone, half expecting a work crisis, but instead, there was a text from Ariel, sent at 2 a.m. "Don't think that kiss means you're off the hook, Wall Street. You still owe me a real apology. Maybe with tacos." A winking emoji followed. He chuckled, typing back, "Tacos and tequila. Deal." His thumb hovered over the send button, heart doing some dumbass flip. Then a notification popped up, a new post from Vanessa's blog. The headline made his blood run cold. Damien Blake's dirty past. From ghetto to gold digger. "What the fuck?" he whispered, clicking the link. The article was a gut punch. Vanessa had dug up Dirth's childhood in Oakland's roughest neighborhoods, his mom's string of low-wage jobs, his teenage years hustling odd jobs to survive. She twisted it into a sleazy narrative, claiming he'd slept his way into elite circles to build his tech empire. There were no names, no proof, just enough venom to make it sting. And the kicker? A grainy video of him and Ariel kissing in the pool, captioned, "Is Ariel Munro his latest conquest, or does she know his secrets?" His hands shook. This was his nightmare, his past, the one he'd buried under Armani suits and billion-dollar deals, dragged into the open. Investors would see this. Clients. The board. They'd question his legitimacy, his worth. And Ariel, what would she think? The article painted her as some naive fling, and him as a manipulative prick. He slammed the phone down, heart racing. Vanessa had crossed a line, and he was going to make her pay. But first, he needed to find Ariel. Ariel Munro was done. She'd woken up in Emily's room, still buzzing from that kiss, ready to give Damien a chance to prove himself. She wasn't naive. She knew he was a mess, all walls and secrets. But that kiss, it was real, raw, like he was letting her see him, scars and all. She'd even sent him that flirty text, half joking, half hoping. But then her phone blew up with notifications, and her world tilted. Vanessa's blog post was everywhere. Ariel scrolled through it, her stomach churning. The stuff about Damien's past poverty struggle didn't faze her. If anything, it made her respect him more. The guy had fought his way up, same as her. But the lies, the insinuation he'd used people, used her, that hurt. And the video of their kiss splashed online for trolls to dissect felt like a violation. Comments were already pouring in, some hyping her, others tearing her down with racist, body-shaming garbage. Gold digger's side chick, one called her. Too fat for a billionaire, another sneered. Her chest tightened, old wounds from her ex ripping open. She'd spent years building her confidence, but this shit still cut deep. She was in the suite, packing her suitcase, when Damien burst in, eyes wild. "Ariel, you saw the blog?" His voice was rough, like he'd run a marathon. She didn't look up, shoving a dress into her bag. "Yup, nice video, real classy." "It's bullshit," he said, stepping closer. "Vanessa made half that shit up." "I didn't." "Didn't what?" She cut him off, spinning to face him. "Didn't use people? Didn't play me? 'Cause that's what she's saying, and you're not exactly denying it." His jaw clenched. "I'm not that guy. You know that." "Do I?" Her voice cracked, eyes wet. "You freaked out over one photo, blamed me for your drama, and now this. Your whole past is out there, and somehow I'm the one looking like a fool." "I didn't tell her anything," he snapped, hands balling into fists. "You think I wanted this? My life dragged through the mud? You think I'd do that to you? Then how'd she get it?" Ariel shot back, voice rising. "Someone spilled, and you're the one with secrets, Damien. You think I sold you out? Is that it?" He froze, his silence deafening. That was the moment she broke. "Wow," she said, voice low. "You do. You think I'd leak your shit to Vanessa? Fuck you." "Ariel, I didn't," he started, but she was already grabbing her bag. "Save it," she said, brushing past him. "I'm done. I'm not your punching bag, and I'm sure as hell not your conquest. Enjoy your wedding." She stormed out, the door slamming behind her. Damien stood there, chest heaving, the room spinning. He'd fucked up again, worse this time. He hadn't meant to accuse her, but his fear, his goddamn paranoia had taken over, and now she was gone. The resort was a blur of wedding prep, but Damien barely noticed. He wandered to the beach bar, ordering a whiskey he didn't drink, staring at the ocean like it had answers. Jake found him an hour later, looking like he'd aged 10 years. "Dude, what the hell happened?" "Emily's freaking out. Ariel's talking about leaving." "She's leaving because of me," Damien said, voice hollow. "Vanessa's blog. It fucked everything. I thought maybe Ariel leaked it. I didn't say it, but she knew." "May come." Jake's eyes widened. "You thought she snitched? Man, you're dumber than a bag of hammers. Ariel's solid. She'd never do that." "I know," Damien said, dragging a hand through his hair. "I panicked. My past, it's not just poverty. It's shame. Growing up, I was nothing, less than nothing. I built this life to keep that shit buried, and now it's out there, and I took it out on her." Jake sighed, clapping his shoulder. "Look, I get it. You're scared. But Ariel's not the enemy. She's been through her own hell. Her ex fucked her over, made her feel like she was too much. Sound familiar?" Damien's throat tightened. He'd done the same thing, hadn't he? Made her feel small, just like that asshole. "Fuck," he muttered, head in his hands. "How do I fix this?" "Start by finding her," Jake said, "and maybe punch Vanessa in the face, metaphorically. Or Leo might do it for real." That got a weak laugh out of him. "Leo's a menace." "Best kind," Jake said, grinning. "Now go before Ariel's on a plane." Ariel was at the resort's front desk, arranging a taxi to the airport. Her suitcase sat beside her, her eyes red but dry. She'd cried enough. This wedding was supposed to be a fresh start, a chance to celebrate love and forget her ex. Instead, she'd let herself fall for another guy who didn't trust her, didn't see her. Damien's face's anger, his doubt kept flashing in her mind, and it hurt like hell. She was done being anyone's mistake. The clerk handed her a receipt. "Taxi's here in 10 minutes, Miss Munro." "Thanks," she said, voice flat. She stepped outside, the humid air heavy with salt and regret. The resort glowed behind her, all lights and laughter, but she felt like an outsider. Maybe she always would. She was checking her phone, ignoring the flood of blog comments when Leo jogged up, panting. "Yo, Ariel, hold up, you leaving?" "Yup," she said, not meeting his eyes. "Gotta get out before this place eats me alive." Leo frowned, scratching his head. "Look, I know shit's fucked with Damien, but I got something you need to hear. Vanessa, she's a snake. I saw her laptop open at the bar. She had emails faking your name, trying to make it look like you spilled his secrets. It's all bullshit." Ariel's heart skipped. "Wait, what? She faked emails?" "Hell yeah," Leo said, grinning. "Bitch thought she was slick, but I'm slicker. Told Jake, and we're gonna roast her ass at the wedding tomorrow. You in?" She hesitated, her mind racing. Vanessa had set her up. Damien hadn't leaked anything, she'd been played, and so had he. But that didn't erase his words, his doubt. I don't know, Leo. I can't deal with this right now." "Fair," he said, softer. "Just don't give up on my boy yet. He's an idiot, but he's crazy about you. I've known him since college, and I've never seen him look at anyone the way he looks at you." Her throat tightened, but she forced a smile. "Thanks, Leo. I'll think about it." He saluted, jogging off, and she stood there, torn. Part of her wanted to run back, confront Damien, fix this, but the hurt was too raw. She needed space, time to breathe. The taxi pulled up, and she climbed in, her heart heavy. As the car rolled away, she glanced back at the resort, half hoping to see him, but the road was empty. Damien was losing it. He'd searched the suite, the beach, the bar, everywhere. Ariel was gone. Her suitcase was missing, her bikini gone from the chair. He ended up at the beach, the same spot where they'd fought last night, the waves crashing like they were laughing at him. Jake caught up, out of breath. "Dude, she's gone. Emily just talked to the front desk. Ariel booked a taxi to the airport." "No," Damien said, voice breaking. "She can't be." "She is," Jake said, grim. "You gotta go after her, man, now." Damien's mind raced. The wedding was tomorrow, his best man duties looming, but none of it mattered. Not without her. He'd fucked up, let his fear win, and lost the one person who saw through his bullshit. "I'm going," he said, turning for the parking lot. "Cover for me." Jake grinned. "That's my boy. Go get your girl." Damien stood on the sand, the wind whipping his shirt, his heart a mess. He'd lost her, but he wasn't done fighting. Not yet. Damien Blake was running on fumes. The Azure Dunes resort was in full wedding day chaos, flowers everywhere, guests buzzing, and Emily freaking out about her veil, but all he could think about was Ariel Munro. He'd fucked up, big time. That blog, Vanessa's lies, his own stupid paranoia, it had cost him the one person who'd seen past his suits and secrets. Ariel was gone, her suitcase packed, her taxi headed for the airport, and he was standing in the sand, heart pounding, knowing he couldn't let her walk away. Jake's words echoed in his head. "Go get your girl." Damien sprinted to the parking lot, ignoring the stares from hungover guests. His rental car, a sleek black Tesla, was waiting. He jumped in, tires screeching as he peeled out of the resort. The wedding was in 2 hours, and he was supposed to be at Jake's side, but none of it mattered. Not without Ariel. The drive to the airport was a blur, his knuckles white on the wheel. He kept seeing her face, those fierce, wet eyes, when she'd told him to fuck off. She thought he didn't trust her, didn't see her. But he did. He saw her fire, her strength, her heart, and he'd been too scared to let her see his. Not anymore. Back at the resort, the wedding was gearing up. The beach was transformed into a dreamscape. White roses lining the aisle, a harpist playing softly, and the ocean sparkling under the noon sun. Emily was in her suite, glowing in her gown, while Jake paced in his tux, already sweating. "Where the hell's Damien?" he muttered, checking his phone. Leo, sprawled on a couch with a mimosa, grinned. "Chasing Ariel's fine ass to the airport, that's where. Man's on a mission." Emily's eyes widened. "He's what? The ceremony's in an hour." "Relax, Em," Leo said, standing. "Your boy's got this, and I got a little surprise for Vanessa to keep things spicy." Jake raised an eyebrow. "What did you do, man?" Leo's grin was pure chaos. "You'll see. Let's just say that blogger bitch is about to regret her life choices." Ariel Munro sat in the airport waiting area, her suitcase at her feet, her heart in knots. The terminal was packed, families, tourists, business types rushing by, but she felt alone. Her flight to Atlanta boarded in 30 minutes, and she was trying to convince herself it was the right move. Damien's words still stung. His silence when she asked if he thought she'd snitched. He didn't trust her, and that hurt worse than any blog post. She'd let herself fall for him, his sharp eyes, his rare smiles, that kiss in the pool, and now she was paying for it. Her phone buzzed with a text from Emily. "Please come back. We need you." "I'm freaking out." Ariel's throat tightened. She wanted to be there for her best friend, but staying meant facing Damien, and she wasn't sure she could. She typed a reply. "I'm sorry, Em. I love you," but didn't hit send. Instead, she opened Instagram, scrolling through her feed. Her latest post, the bikini pic with no assholes allowed, had thousands of likes, fans hyping her up. Queen Ariel, slay girl. But the trolls were there too, their venom clawing at her. She closed the app, eyes burning. Fuck this. She was stronger than this, but today, she felt small. A commotion at the gate pulled her attention. Someone was arguing with security, voice loud and desperate. "I just need to see her, please." Her heart stopped. She knew that voice. Damien. Back at the wedding, the ceremony was minutes away. Guests filled the chairs, fanning themselves in the heat, while the officiant checked his notes. Jake stood at the altar, fidgeting, whispering to Leo, "If Damien doesn't show, I'm killing him." "He'll show," Leo said, scanning the crowd. His eyes locked on Vanessa, perched in the back row, phone out, ready to live, tweet her, exclusive. He grinned, pulling out his own phone. Showtime. As Emily walked down the aisle, radiant in white, the crowd gasped, but Leo slipped away, heading for the DJ booth. He'd hacked Vanessa's laptop last night. Dumbass left it open at the veranda, found her fake emails. The ones framed to look like Ariel leaked Damien's secrets. He'd screenshotted everything, ready to blow her game wide open. Damien pushed through the airport crowd, his tux jacket half on, hair a mess. Security had let him through after he'd begged, flashing his ID and a wad of cash. He didn't care how he looked, desperate, crazy, whatever. He had to find Ariel. She was at gate 12, standing with her suitcase, her back to him. Her curls were loose, her sundress clinging to her curves, and his chest ached. "Ariel," he called, voice raw. She turned, eyes wide, and for a second, he thought she'd run. But she stayed, arms crossed, chin up. "What the hell are you doing here, Damien?" He stopped a few feet away, panting. "I'm an idiot. A fucking idiot. I don't deserve you, but I'm here because I can't let you go." Her lips trembled, but her voice was steel. "You thought I snitched. You didn't trust me. Why should I stay?" "Because I was wrong," he said, stepping closer. "I let my fear fuck everything up. That blog me past, it's not an excuse, but it's why I panicked. I grew up with nothing, Ariel. Less than nothing. I built this life to keep that shit buried, and when Vanessa dragged it out, I lost it. But I never thought you leaked it. Not really. I was scared, and I hurt you, and I'll spend every damn day making it up if you let me." Her eyes softened, but she didn't move. "Words are cheap, Wall Street. You broke something. How do I know you won't do it again?" "You don't," he admitted, voice breaking. "But I'm all in. No more hiding. No more bullshit. I'm in love with you, Ariel. I've been falling since the second you dropped that damn dress in our room." Her breath caught, tears spilling over. "You're what?" "Love you," he said, closing the gap, his hands framing her face. "You're chaos, and I need it. You're fire, and I want to burn. Please stay. Give me a chance." She searched his eyes, her heart pounding. Then, slowly, she leaned in, kissing him. It was soft at first, tentative, but it deepened, all the pain and hope pouring out. The crowd around them cheered some random grandma, even clapped, and Ariel laughed against his lips, pulling back. "You're lucky I'm a sucker for assholes," she said, voice shaky. He grinned, wiping her tears. "Luckiest bastard alive." Back at the wedding, the ceremony was wrapping up. Jake and Emily exchanged vows, tears and laughter mixing, while guests dabbed their eyes. Leo, back at the DJ booth, grabbed the mic as the couple kissed. "All right, folks, before we party, we got a little business to handle." He projected Vanessa's emails onto a screen, her fake Ariel messages clear as day. "Our girl, Vanessa's been stirring shit, framing Ariel for leaking Damien's secrets. Spoiler, it's all lies. Let's give her a round of applause for being a total snake." The crowd gasped, then booed, turning to Vanessa. Her face went white, and she bolted, tripping over her own heels. Emily, still holding Jake's hand, mouthed, "Thank you," to Leo, who bowed dramatically. "My work here is done," he said, chugging his mimosa. Damien and Ariel made it back to the resort, just as the reception kicked off. The beach was lit with fairy lights, tables piled with lobster and champagne, and a dance floor packed with guests. Ariel, still in her sundress, grabbed a glass of bubbly, grinning at Damien. "You owe me a dance, Wall Street, no excuses." He laughed, pulling her close. "Deal, but only if you don't make me sing again." And they hit the dance floor, moving to a slow R&B track, her curves pressed against him, his hands on her hips. The crowd faded, and it was just them, swaying under the stars. "You clean up nice," she teased, fingering his tux. "You're a fucking masterpiece," he murmured, kissing her forehead. The crowd whooped Leo loudest, and Ariel laughed, burying her face in his chest. Later, after speeches and cake, they slipped back to the suite. The air was thick with tension, their earlier kiss still burning. Ariel kicked off her sandals, her dress slipping off one shoulder. "So," she said, voice low, "you love me, huh?" "More than you know," he said, closing the distance. He kissed her, slow and deep, his hands sliding down her back, pulling her close. She moaned softly, her fingers tugging at his shirt, buttons popping as it hit the floor. They stumbled to the bed, her dress falling, revealing her curves in the moonlight. His lips traced her neck, her collarbone, her skin warm and soft under his touch. "You're everything," he whispered, his hands worshipping her, her gasps filling the room. It was fire and tenderness, raw and real. Her nails dug into his back, his name on her lips, and when they collapsed, tangled in sheets, the world felt right. "Don't fuck this up," she murmured, her head on his chest. "Never," he promised, kissing her hair. 6 months later, Ariel stood on the balcony of Damien's San Francisco penthouse, the bay glittering below. She'd split her time between here and Atlanta, running her nonprofit while he ran his empire. They fought, laughed, and loved like only they could. She wore his hoodie, her curls loose, a coffee mug in hand. He came up behind her, arms around her waist, kissing her neck. "Morning, trouble." "Morning, Wall Street," she said, leaning into him. "You still owe me tacos." "Hem," he laughed, pulling a key from his pocket. "How about a key to this place instead? Move in. For real." Her eyes widened, then softened. "You're stuck with me now, asshole." "Good," he said, kissing her as the city woke below. Love wasn't perfect, it was messy, chaotic, and worth every fight. Sometimes it crashed into you like a hurricane, and all you could do was hold on. Yo, if this love story got you all in your feels, smash that subscribe button and drop a comment. What's your craziest love moment? Did you ever chase someone to the airport or fight for a second chance? Spill the tea. And thanks for riding this wild wave with us.